So right now,
The sound is not leaving the room through the microphone.
June 29, special session.
Very good.
Ready to unmute?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. We got everybody good to go? Very good. Welcome this morning to the special meeting of the Marion County Board of Supervisors. Jake, roll call please.
Mark Ramey,
Here?
Lisa Johnner,
Here.
Steve McCombs.
Here. Very good, thank you. I would entertain a motion to approve this morning's agenda.
Make motion to approve today's agenda.
Second?
Ramey,
Aye.
Johnner,
Aye.
McCombs.
Aye.
Very good. On to today's business. I'll declare the public hearing open, and this is, as it is stated, this is the public hearing portion for the 28E agreement between Marion County and the City of Knoxville. Without reading specifics out of the agreement, this is the document, the 28E, outlining the terms and conditions of the relationship that Marion County and the City of Knoxville will have pertaining related to the BA project. So there are some broad roles and responsibilities contained within this agreement. Like all agreements, it does not cover every single possible contingency. The goal of this agreement is an attempt to put into writing the things that Mayor Hatch, Aaron Adams, myself, this board, and the City Council have discussed over the course of almost 3 years. And to make sure two things happen. Number one, that Marion County fulfills its obligation to demolish the existing structures of the VA and appropriate the money to do that. Well, we've taken care of step one, and that process is underway. But number two, to put into place mechanisms whereby the City of Knoxville will take over development of that property while still under county ownership, to ensure that it conforms to the extent possible to the confluence plan that we all discussed, Plan A of the confluence plan. So broadly speaking, that's what this agreement is intended to do. We know that this will run longer than many of us will be here. So the important thing is that there are provisions of if things are not materially met, since the land is under Marion County control, that Marion County has other options if those provisions are not met in terms of development. There will be, per this agreement, a 3-member development council similar to what we have at Prairie Ridge. We do not have to define our membership yet of that council, because obviously there's no buildings going up. We're in the demolition phase of that. But I felt that was important to ensure compliance with the agreement and really the overall intent of the Board of Supervisors related to this project, and to ensure that our taxpayer money is spent the way that we intended to spend it. We've asked our taxpayers of all of Marion County to help with this initiative, as we have in Prairie Ridge, and we want to make sure that they get the best value for the dollars that we have allocated. So broadly speaking, that's my initial summary. Ed, I know you're on, and my apologies. I don't think I CC'd you on the final copy of this. This did go through Nathan Overberg from Allers.
Yeah, Mark, I talked with Nathan, no issues, looks good.
Okay, thanks, Ed. I appreciate it. No, my apologies for not copying you in on that. I meant to do that, and time and jelly donuts took that away. So, but thank you for looking at it. Board, or this public hearing portion, are there any public comments on this 2080? I believe it has been approved by Knoxville and the Knoxville City Council. Is that correct, Jake?
I believe that's correct, yes.
Okay, very good. Any public comments? Any online? No? And none in the room? Very good. I would make entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
Motion to close the public hearing.
Second?
Johnner,
Aye.
McCombs,
Aye.
Ramey,
Aye. Very good. Resolution 2021-60 is the resolution authorizing our execution of this 2080 between Marion County and the city of Knoxville. Board, discussion.
I just want to make sure that I fully understand. So the city is going to pay the county back through TIF, correct? And is there any further expansion on, do we have, when we deal with TIF, is that going to be the range of how long the TIF will be set for at some point later on, once the developer is?
Yeah, that's all gonna be subject to the signing up of the developer, the establishment of those financial parameters with that developer. So we've got the structure in here and we have the bumpers, so to speak, of what we are looking for in that. But we did carve out enough language in here to put Marion County in a first in line position to be repaid.
Okay.
Jake, I think that's a.
yeah, I believe, yep, between, the city keeping some, to work on their infrastructure and the county being repaid as it goes forward.
And as we talked about it, you know, and initially, as I think about it from a private sector context, I want to get repaid as fast as I can. But we had to restructure some of the concepts in this agreement because obviously we want to take advantage of higher values as more buildings are structured. So there'll be a longer time frame because when you get 2 houses, 3 houses built, you're not going to get repaid much, right? So this contemplates that as well.
And then, once the city installs the public infrastructure, and it's to, you know, the parameters in which the agreement is done, then that's when that will be transferred to the city?
That has been left undetermined
Okay.
and really subject to the desires of the board of supervisors
At that time.
at that time.
Yeah.
I didn't want to put anything in the agreement specifically that would tie down a future board in regards to that. That's why we've got the 3-member committee for housing. That, the importance of that committee cannot be overstated because that will ensure compliance with the Confluence Plan. Now, we know that as plans go, this is a broad outline, things can change, and that committee will have to be in sync on what those changes need to be relative to whatever the conditions are come 2026, 2027.
That's all the questions I have.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Keisha. Mr. McCombs, any questions?
No, I think this has been a long time coming. We're finally getting to we're finally starting to finalize the stages, and I think it's good for everybody all around. And I think, you know, I kind of read through this, I kind of highlighted some things. I think it's about covers everything.
We tried to make it as all-encompassing as we could without, as I said, and I mean this, you know, no hyperbole, it can't cover every scenario.
Exactly.
Not possible.
Right.
Not possible. But I think from a financial standpoint for Jake, it's got the things that he needs to have in it from a tax collection, assuming that he will be here when that happens. He may not. I thought he was going to be auditor in perpetuity, but he's told me no, and I don't get that. But you know, so.
No, but I'm very happy that it protects the taxpayers. I mean, I'm very happy with that.
And in full disclosure, I mean, there's enough language in here that, you know, since we control, then Marion County owns the property. So there are conditions that have to be met to satisfy what we committed our taxpayers for and to do. So that'll be this board and then subsequent boards thinking through that.
Right, yeah. And to reiterate, also, you know, to the public, I think that, you know, if they have questions, you know, we as a board, especially myself, you know, our contact information is on the web. You know, definitely, there's questions, please ask. I mean, I think it's best that they come to the source and find the answers versus, hearing it, second, third, fourth, fifth, so.
That's a very good reminder, Keisha, thank you. Then before we vote on it, my thanks to Nathan Overberg and Allers and Cooney, and then, of course, Jay Brandia. He and I have now done 2 of these, but couldn't do it without him. So,
Yes, sir.
Jay, thank you. And Michaela, who is not here, but played a role as well. So I want to thank those individuals for lending their time and talent. It's not easy to put an agreement like that.
And Michael.
And Michael as well, yeah.
And thank you, Ed, for your assistance also. We appreciate it.
Very good. If there's no other discussion or questions, is there a motion?
Make motion to approve resolution 2020-60.
2021-60.
2021-60. Did I do it again?
Yeah, you did. But that's okay. Steve caught
Second.
it.
McCombs,
Aye.
Ramey,
Aye,
Johnner.
Hi,
very good.
thank you, Steve.
You're welcome.
Since we're here, any other business for the good of the order? Okay. Hearing
Nothing
none.
over, yeah.
All right, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion adjourned.
Second.
Ramey,
Aye,
Johnner,
Aye.
McCombs.
Aye.
we are adjourned. Thank you.
Stop sharing.